Good morning, everyone. It is the thing that is the thing that is the thing. July 7th, 2026. This is the Atelier Nikuzuki live stream. And we are going to start working on getting some mini traveler slings finished. Sorry, my sister-in-law is asking where something is that we ate on Friday. What are we doing? We're posting the link and then we will. Okay. I don't want you talking at me. All right. So there we go. We are actually live. Let me share it. Oh my goodness, I'm itchy. It's like I keep getting mosquito bites. I did actually go do my weightlifting today, which is good. Yeah. And actually last night we came downstairs and Dallas did some work down here and I got some more work done on the interiors, which was really good. Okay. Apparently I cannot talk and type at the same time, so here we are. There we go. Go back to Canada. Cool. Alrighty, there we go. So now we're posted. My responsibilities are done outside of actually doing the work. What's in my notifications for YouTube? Okay. Stuff and sundries. Alrighty. Alright, so what we're working on right now is, this is not something that I'm going to record for the welt pocket thing because I feel like it's kind of the secret sauce for this pattern. But we do this little like fold over for the welt pocket and then it covers the edge of the zipper, and so when you're pulling stuff out of the bag it's not getting caught on the zipper itself, on this back pocket, like your passport or whatever's in the back, right? So phone, etc. Now this is typically something I do try to chain piece. It is the absolute bane of my existence on these bags, but I also know how necessary it is, so like I hate doing it, y'all. This is like my least favorite part of this. I don't actually dislike a lot of my sewing stuff, but this is it. Mostly just because it's like hard to tell if you actually get it, and then it's really hard to like actually get it if you don't the first time, blah 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 blah. So here we are. We're gonna try our best and we'll see what happens. It was also really good to see, it's like, so the kids are in summer camp where my gym is now, blah, 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 blah. And it was actually really good because I was able to do my walk around the top. The track is open, and like able to see them interacting in camp, which was really good. They're doing really good from what I can tell, so that's awesome. Yeah. I am on this early because Dallas is working in town the next few days. I will be off on Thursday. But yeah, we're going to be working a little bit earlier today just because like I didn't do groceries, or I didn't have to run into the city. I will have to do groceries on, maybe we'll do that on Thursday when we drop them off actually, because we could use some things. Not too bad, just some fresh, like some fruit would be good. At the same time, maybe we'll just do that in town. I did consider doing it after I did drop off today, and then I was like, no, I'm gonna get home with my coffee. I sat out on the deck and drank the rest of my coffee and had the other, like, I didn't feel like eating the second half of my bagel this morning, but I was like super hungry when I got home, so I ate that. Had my coffee, had a nap, because apparently my body is insistent that we wake up at like ass crack of dawn right now. And before you ask, yes, I do suspect it is a perimenopausal symptom. Yay. But yeah, what did I do? I ended up doing squats, single leg RDLs, or like what I typically call them, dipping birds, because you look like a dipping bird when you do them. And calf raises. And if that doesn't sound like a lot, I usually also do hamstring curls. Now, I'm still figuring out what exactly I need to do, but I figured that those 3 exercises are really good for running, really good for stability. I get my bone density work from running. And there is 6,000 different exercises you can do, and sometimes you just gotta stick to stuff that is actually beneficial for you. So the calf raises and the dipping bird are actually more of a physio exercise for me, but I weight them, and then and also I need the single leg work. When I do the hamstring curls, I also do them single-legged because that helps mitigate imbalances. So I noticed that they have a hip thrust machine and stuff today, and hip adductor machine. So I think I'll probably add those in as well, but like rotate through them, I don't know, every once in a while. Okay. By the way, thank you so much for all your support yesterday. I looked up from the stream when we got off, and I'd gotten 2 new subscribers, and we gained another overnight, so thank you for joining. I'm glad you're enjoying the chaos. I missed streaming. So, I don't know what it was, but the stream was popping off yesterday for the viewers, so here's hoping that we can like keep up that momentum a little bit here this week and over the rest of the summer as I stream. So we'll see what happens, I guess. So this is the smaller pile of them. I did separate them into the darker ones because I didn't really, like, this shouldn't sew for stitching, but I also just didn't want to take that chance. So these ones are the ones that are white stitched. We already have all of the black stitched ones done, which was actually the majority, because even if the exterior is light, that doesn't mean that the pockets aren't darker. And apparently the majority of my pockets were darker because there's like only 2 more to stitch here. And then we'll head in and we're going to be doing the next step is actually sewing the actual welt pocket, which we'll be doing post-haste, or what is it? Post-haste? No, post-haste is like later, right? I don't know. In a moment. We'll have to trim these apart, double check all of the, that all of them got caught proper or caught well enough, because sometimes that's all you can ask in this situation is, did it get caught well enough? And then we'll go in and we'll do the stuff, which is sewing together the welt pocket. There we go. All right, now. And I did I did put the zipper foot on for this work because I was like, that's probably going to be easier, and lo and behold, it was easier. The zipper foot on this machine fucking terrifies me. Super like, oh my god. Okay, some of the ones that I suspected I might not have gotten looked good so far. Sweet. I love when they do just like, okay, that one needs to be redone a little bit. As does that one. It's right on the edge of being okay, but if I can get it tacked down, we will. That one's good. That one could use it too. It's quite a big gap in stitching. Good. Yeah, so this is like, that's where I'm like, this is the bane of my existence, is because it has a, what is this, like a 50% rejection rate on the seam. I rarely have a project where I reject 50% of the seams. Actually, no, not rarely. I never have a project where I reject 50% of the seams. If I was like regularly doing, or if I was doing this outside of any project besides this one, we wouldn't be making this bag typically. So just know the suffering we go through for this one. We suffer, mother. It's just so hard to get in where you need to be on it. It's annoying. There we go. Almost done though. Yay. Okay, I'm going to do these individually because that's where my mental space is right now. Just like get them all done piece by piece and then deal with it. So yeah, I did not get all my little beads sorted yesterday because instead I did come down and was responsible small business owner and sewed this instead. But also it was actually turned out to be windier outside than I was anticipating last night, so that was okay. Maybe tonight. It's supposed to be like an absolute cooker today, so if you're like, Katie, why are you in a hoodie and pants? And because the basement's still cold. But there is a tank underneath the hoodie, so as soon as it warms up, I will shimmy. Plus, I was like, if I don't go change, it's one less like hesitation point where I could get caught and not finish or not get downstairs, because that does happen as well sometimes. I was just like, no, you worked out. Get the fuck downstairs. Well, no, actually, I had a nap, and then I came downstairs because the last like 3 mornings now, it's like my body has been like, okay, it's like 4 a.m. Sunday was bad. It was like 3:30 when I woke up. And then we had to be up at 5 for the race. And it was just like, oh my God, kill me now. Actually, don't kill me now. I gotta go race. Right? Like, Jesus. It's annoying, to say the least. Alright. Few more, or one more. And then we should be good to go on to the next step. We'll change the foot, which is the big thing. Yay. Okay. Yep. All done. Now I'll change the foot, and then we can go in and we can sew the welt pockets. I do have to film some content around those. Obviously, well, not obviously. I will be talking through that because I'm going to silence it and do a voiceover anyway. And then we'll work it out. All right. Pretty sure that screw has to come out further because those feet actually have a smaller shaft width. Hell yeah. All right. Drink some pop. Okay, so now I did not cut these in any way, shape, or form like you're supposed to because I was just like, well, whatever, we can, it's fine. So we just gotta match up these short edges here. And then we sew up along the side here of all of them. Oh, actually we need to turn the seam length down a tick. Stitch length down a tick. Okay. I'm going to actually film this portion just so it's like actually done. Do 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 do. Can I see it from there? Vaguely. We have to like record it vertically and horizontally. Alright. And this was actually the main reason I wanted the Apple Watch, is the mirroring for the stuff. Woo, it's like wrong direction, correct direction, sweet. Actually, what I should do is I probably should record it on both ends and then like, yeah, okay, actually that's what we'll do. We'll take this one out and we'll record both ends and then the next section that we need to do with it. Now with any sewing, unless you're basting, always backstitch at the start of your seam. And then yeah, we'll do the next one horizontal. And then with this one, she gets you to also baste this portion right here. Yeah, we're gonna just do it. Actually, we're gonna do it from the back here because that is the portion that I can actually see. We're gonna turn it all the way up to 5. We're not gonna backstitch because it is a baste, and then that gets like taken up when we actually do the stitching of the seam. And if I need to, I can pull it out afterwards. This isn't perfectly on the seam line, not a big deal. Okay, there's that one done though. I don't remember which one this matches with. That is a problem for future Katie. It's somewhere in here. Somewhere down here probably, like at the beginning. Whatever, it's ready to like, so the next step for it is just going to be doing the smash together, which is putting the front and back together. We will be, I think I'm going to actually do that on the cylinder arm machine because of the walking foot. Also, personally, I do throw some back stitches in on the zipper teeth as well because I figure it's like one more good spot of like reinforcement. Just personal taste. It's not something you have to do. Yeah, whatever. Still a base stitch, just don't back stitch it. Basically what you're doing here is you're just making sure that all those layers are pinched together so that when you go in to actually sew it, it's like less that you have to worry about shifting around and shit. That's at least what I assume it is. So okay, we're gonna go up a little bit so you can see that it's a dookie. A little metro sign. All right, 1, 2, and actually this is directional, so that's really good. Sweet. Okay, so we've got this, and we've got this, and then we do that. Line it up as best we can. Apparently the fabric is not exactly the same size, of course. Fuck. Okay. Now, if you are new to sewing or just don't have 12 years of practice, clip it. Do as I say, not as I do. Clip it. Clip it, clip it, clip it. Clip it, clip it, clip it. I am super excited to get to the point of being able to just chain stitch these though. Because this is the point where like that works extremely well. I guess I could, actually I will film that as well. In horizontal, just because that is the production portion of it. By the way, if you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. This is all going to get voice-overed or silenced anyway, so I'm not overly concerned. I'm hoping, well, these will be done for Ancient Arts Yarns on Saturday for the Stampede Pancake Breakfast. And yeah, I'm like, I hope these will be done. It's the rest of it that I'm worried about. We'll see. All right, there's that portion. Now we're going to zoom out completely, mostly. I'm like, how do I want this to look? I really do want Metro in there. Yeah. Okay, that looks good. This can be the like sped up montage. All right, so, and as mentioned, the majority of these, I think only 2 have actually new fabric in them anymore. So the majority of these are upcycled dress shirts, or in this case, tablecloth. All sourced from like thrift stores in the area, mostly from the Goodwill bins. But I also have had like donations and other like shopping adventures for them. All right. Of course, we need to swap the bobbin right away now, because why wouldn't we? I'm victimized by my own bobbins. There we go. Oh yeah, and then black one's done, so we can pull it and store it, and then we need to put the white thread up instead of the black thread. All right, there we go. My ear is really itchy. Itchy, itchy. My ear is itchy. Itchy, itchy. Why is it so itchy? I do not understand. Ugh. Okay, so we have to do both sides of the seam, and then in this case, I'm not worried about like white thread showing through on the dark because we're not going to see it. Yeah. So we're going to go in and we're going to do all the dark ones as well because we may as well while we're chain piecing. And then we go down the other side of them, and then it's smashed together. Oh no, basting and then smash together time. Smash together time, smash together time. Time to smash them together. Together. So as long as we get these, I would really like to get these to the point of turning today, because then that's something I can do with the kids around tonight. While we're doing something. I don't know what we're doing yet tonight. Last night they watched Zaboomafoo, which I think was a good decision. a little bit. It's like a less stimulating show than a lot of, like, still stimulating and educational, but not overstimulating. Moves a bit slower, has different like animation styles and stuff like that. I'm sure for its time, people were like, "Oh my god!" But like for us now, it's like, "Oh yeah, this is like just a nice, chill, nice claymation show." So it's pretty good. Plus, they both have the like theme songs or one of the little like in-show jingles stuck in their brain. So I'm like, sweet, and that means that you're like, they're paying attention. We're trying to work on the impulse control with the kiddo, the youngest. And realize someone actually like chatted about it the other day about like impulses, and I'm like, wait, that's what it is. It's not necessarily that they're losing. Well, no, they're definitely, they've lost executive function, but that makes it harder to control the impulses, and that's what we're seeing. And I'm like, hey, there is actually the good talking point for how to approach this with them that I can explain to a 5-year-old, right? So at least most kind of start talking about it like that. You're not, it's not that they're a bad kid, they just have a hard time controlling their impulses. Impulsivity control. And it's obviously better when executive function is higher, because isn't it for all of us, right? As much as we always talk about executive function with people with like neurospacey people, we all have executive function, right? And then we have varying degrees of executive function control. Those with ADHD and autism and a bunch of other like neurospiciness just have less, or can have less control of that. Again, and that's why it's a spectrum too. Some people have better control of it and some people have worse control of it. And the other portion of this is because it's brain chemistry, it changes throughout your lifetime. And like situations. So, yay. Yay. I hate it. I hate that that's something that we have to worry about. Or like navigate. Alright, so as much as I hate that little like fold over part, this part is like almost like a reward. It's like super straightforward and easy and yay. What is it? So it's Tuesday today. I have Wednesday and Friday to work. I'm gonna try and get the truck loaded tomorrow night. Yes, that makes sense because Dallas is home, so he can help me load it. And then I don't have to take up that time on Friday loading it either. I can just come home, like drop the kids off, come home and get my ass in chair to work. That's probably the best way to do it. Actually, one of the things I should add on at the gym, I'm just realizing I should add on like farmer's carries, because I need to be able to like lift the fabric bags. So farmer's carries would be the way to do that. That's the functional portion of it. So I need to go like lift 2 50-pound weights and walk around with them. Blech. Gross. I don't want to, but I should. It'd be good for gas. I don't even squat that much. I only did like, I think it was a 65-pound bar today. And I was just like, warmed up with the 65-pound bar, and then I added 10 pounds. Then I added 20 pounds. It was just like, that's good enough for the first day back at the gym. Because realistically, I want to be building muscle. I don't want to be getting sore and then being demotivated about going to the gym. So I just need to build, like, or maintain even. I don't really even need to build a lot of muscle. Some. What I do need to build is, like, yeah, being able to carry the fabric bags. That sort of shit, right? So I think what I'll do in November is I've got that duffel pack now. So I'll probably take it, load it up at Nomura, carry it to the, because I'll ship it to Narita. Carry the bag to the Takubin, Kuroneko Takubin, which is like parcel forwarding service in Japan, or luggage forwarding service. Take it out of the duffel pack, pack it in a like actual duffel that's going to come home, and then go back and do the second load. Because you cannot tell me I'm not going to have 100 pounds there. Like, just easy. So, and we're going to go there first, because then I'll be able to do, like, then I'll have time to be able to do that too on top of it. Actually, I should double check the hours of the Takubin. Just make sure that that's, I think it's, because Nomura is open till 7. And then I should be able to go get it. What's the worst they're going to do? They'll tell me to come back in the morning, and I can do that too, really. What was I going to do the next day? The next day I was going to meet a friend in Kyoto anyway, so it's like just go back, pick it up, ship it off. And actually, it's way nicer to ship. Well, okay, part of it is I'm not carrying 2 50-pound bags onto the train because I don't have a rolly suitcase. I'm only taking duffel bags. And my carry-on. That would be the only rolling suitcase. But it's actually nicer to ship from the Takubin office because they have, you can scan a QR code and enter everything in English, and it's just so much easier. And like doing it at the hotel is fine, but you have to like print everything out and blah 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 blah. Whereas yeah, it's just show up at the office. I enter all the information, they scan a QR code for me, and bada bing, your stuff is like, they print out the shipping labels, they sell me a couple covers for the duffel bags, and off we go. Or maybe that's how I train, is I like load 2 bags up with 50 pounds, one in the duffel pack and one in the actual duffel bag that's going to be shipped, and see if I can carry the 2 of them. It's a lot of fabric. Even when I had them in the like when I went by myself last time in 22, I had 80 pounds in the suitcase. That poor suitcase was struggling. It was like, oh my god. Found out that I had 80 pounds in it afterward, after like cursing the damn thing, because it was the first time I had traveled with it. So I was like, oh, you're just, basically I was like, oh, you're a piece of shit suitcase because you were cheaper in the grand scheme of luggage, blah 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 blah. And then I like weighed it when I got to Tokyo, and I'm like, oh no, you're complaining because you're 80 pounds. That's why you're struggling. Trying to like drag this fucking suitcase across Kyoto Station and everything like that to pick up the other bags I had already filled with like Obi that day and blah 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 blah. It was probably certifiably nuts. I'm not 100% sure how we did it, how I did it. But we won't have the luxury of a rolling suitcase this time either, so I'll have to figure it out. We'll do it. Just might take a little bit more finagling than I'm like intending right now. Yay, we're almost through this side. And then we need to go in and do the other side. And then we'll do all the basting stitches. And then we will be ready to smash together, which is exciting. I'm excited. Okay, after I'm done this side, I'm gonna go grab a snack. Yeah, I'm not ready for like lunch because I had a larger snack just a little bit ago, but I need another little like tide over. I can see this being a little bit of an issue with the weight training is like my body's gonna be like, feed me! We'll go have some like, I think there's one more piece of, one or even two more pieces of chicken upstairs, so go like chow down on some chicken. Avoid stuff that will jump my sugars, but chicken is good. Chicken is protein, and that's probably what my body's craving right now. So between the race on Sunday and yeah, even though it wasn't like insane weights, some weights today. So I'll be right back once we're in a moment here. All right, we're back. I don't feel. I know that I had this like on me earlier, but it feels like I didn't. I'm like, wait a minute. Did I actually? Who the fuck knows anymore? Alrighty, let's get the other side of these welt pockets done, and then we stitch across the top in a basting stitch. Just had to chat with a friend because we've got memberships at the same gym, so it's like, all right, I'm dropping the kids off for like summer camps. We should work out in the morning together. I don't know what our schedule is. That's like for the first thing we're figuring out. So, but it would be good because it's hard for me to be motivated to go to the gym sometimes, by my, like of my own accord, sort of thing. So, I gotta also figure out the schedule for the childcare that they do. Because when eldest is in homeschooling, I still need to be able to go work out. But I'll figure it out. Coolio, we're almost there. Almost there. I'm ready for another nap. Sometimes I drop back to like napping in the mornings, and then it's like you're just more tired throughout the day. It's like I don't even know how that works. Is it like twigs my body to its sleep debt or what? Right? Radio silence. Sorry, y'all. I'm like trying to stay locked in on actually getting the sewing done. We're here though. We're chilling, vibing, right? Enjoy some ASMR sewing sounds, I guess. Neighbors' dogs are like at it today. What the heck? I do love how much faster the second seam is on these because it's like everything's been matched up, lined up, and you just kind of have to reestablish that line, and then you just have that. Whereas the first one, it's like, it's just because you have to fiddle around with it a bit more, I think. Anyway, seems like the second seam's always faster. And I adore that for us. just about through the second seam on the welt pocket, and then we'll do the basting stitch at the top, and then it'll just be the smash together, which means that we get to sew the bags together. I do think we're going to do that on the cylinder arm machine versus the flat deck, because I think the walking foot is going to just do a better job of sewing the cotton, like the webbing in general. This one does sew it, but I just think it's just going to be easier on the other one, because the walking foot is designed to like actually go through thick and heavy materials, obviously, and stuff like that. So like there is 100% texts, so hopefully nothing important. Although I do think that this is probably the last step that we need to record for the welt pocket, so that is good, because if anyone needs to phone me about the kids, they can. Alright, there we go. I forgot that there's chicken with butter noodles upstairs, so I'm super excited about that for dinner now, or lunch. And I'm going to have it here in a bit. Today's definitely another coffee day. Coffee I made this morning, I was like, hey, we got time, I can make coffee. Turned out that we didn't have the time between everything. But I was like, it was so gross. It was like weak or something like that. So I don't think I ground enough beans, maybe what happened. I don't know. I was so grossed out by it though. Ugh. It's almost time to take off the hoodie. So actually, yeah, we'll finish this section again, and then we'll get the hoodie off. Oops, no, don't get caught on the denim. Thank you. A little stitch over the zipper for added strength. And then just about there, Doom, 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 almost done. Almost got it ready, Doom, doom, doom. Okay, we're not on a bobbin thread yet. We literally have 3 more. 3 more. Do 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 do. Yay. Three more. Then we're all done. One more, then our welt pockets are ready. Because, like, realistically, the basting is not part of the pocket. The pocket will get caught when we sew it, but the basting is just so that we don't have to worry about the layers shifting when we're actually sewing everything together. Yay! Oh no, we ran out of bobbin thread on like the very... Damn it. Of course we would have. Okay, so I gotta go back in because that will need some back stitching. Changed. I don't like how stubby these nails make my fingers look, but they are less disruptive to everything that I do in my daily life, so I'm like, damn it. And they've also stayed on the best. These are just press-ons. I don't do nail salons. Which is hilarious because honestly, when I think about it, my grandma always did press-ons as well. She like did her own like, yeah, at home. So what I want to kind of start doing is like making my own, potentially. Maybe, we'll see. Mostly because I could paint them one night and then apply them one night, so that, because my big thing about nail polish is that I find that I always end up smudging it, sort of thing. And if I was able to leave it just drying, not on my body, so like get one of the little nail stands, paint the nails, and then like, and do any kind of stuff on them that I wanted, they would probably look better. I wouldn't have polish on my hands, like around the cuticles and stuff like that. And yeah, blah, 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 blah. You're like, Katie, we don't care. I know. I'm rambling. I'm a rambling man. Woman. I'm a rambling woman. Alright, that is all I need to film for the welt pockets, which is good. Well, okay, I'll finish up the chain piece trim. And then we'll do turn off the camera for the phone. See what these texts are about. And then we'll go in and we'll baste everything. And then we'll go in and we'll move over to the cylinder arm. Sewing done. I'm excited. I'm excited. Flynn loves the fact that he's got his chair with like his blanket right behind me. It's super cute. He's been like using it consistently, which is awesome. Figured out a spot he likes to sit. All right. Yeah, so that took like 5 minutes less to do that side versus the first side. Okay, that's the friend that I'm organizing a workout with. I'm going to turn this up just so it doesn't take as long to baste. Perfect. Just like hop off right here. Basically what we're doing. What is going on here? This denim is like not happy. Okay, so it gets to go on top because otherwise it's not gonna go. Okay, don't overstretch it. Just gently like convince it that it wants to stay. There we go. And again, this stitch line can get taken out after we actually have this in place. Just wind to the next bobbin, KT. Alright, just gonna take my hoodie off. Yeah, whatever. It's not that hard yet. I do eventually need to close that window too. But I guess if we're doing cylinder arm stuff, we can close it when we actually get over there. Yay, we did it. Yay, we did it. Yay, we did it. Yay, we did it. Yay, we're doing it. Yay, we're doing it. This one is apparently very shortcut. Damn. Okay, that's something to be aware of when we actually go in to stitch it. Okay, so we are on to the basting of the backs. Jesus. The back to the back welt pocket. The basting here basically just allows, make sure that like none of the, or helps ensure that the layers don't slip too much when we're sewing it together. Which means we're going to work on getting it done and dusted. We're almost done these bags. I want to get them to the point where we can turn them tonight when the kids are home. And if we're lucky, we will, actually I think we do the, I'm like, we should do the finishing seams. But if I wait until these are all turned, I can just do all the finishing seams together. Because we got a shit ton of, well, we got something like 25 or 27 small box bags to do finishing seams on. There's tote bags to do finishing seams on. Yeah, actually we'll just wait until all of these are like ready to turn, are turned and finishing. Because we can always do that on Friday too. I think what we do next is we pick out the 10 bags we're going to do for Kato. And then we, yeah. Man, these thin, light denim are very not having it today. They're like, no. We do not want to be sewn with, like, without crinkling all to fuck. There we go. Okay. Are we almost there? Almost done. Almost done. Then I'm gonna go have some more food and some coffee and some coffee. And if you think I just had a snack, I did. But I'm still hungry and I need coffee. Coffee, 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 coffee. Coffee time. Coffee time. Coffee, coffee time. Here we go, here we go, here we go. I don't know why it's freaking out so much. It's like, this is a basting stitch on top of it. It's not like you like, again, sewing. But I guess better to know now than like when we're actually sewing it together too. That means that the front's probably also going to be a bit persnickety too. Actually, so the cool thing about being at the gym today is I was also realizing like just how much larger of a space they have to play in at these summer camps versus like their preschool. And I do think they're just going to be a lot more like naturally active. Nothing against the preschool. This is not a statement against them. Just this, I think, is going to suit my children better. So. La la la. Yeah, definitely time for more coffee already. It's gonna be a multi-coffee day. I'm gonna have to turn my grinder up because I think what it was is I did not grind enough beans this morning. Why my coffee was so gross. That's what I'm going to say it was. I don't know. Because I brewed it for the right amount of time, but it is a smaller pot, so I turned it down. Versus my like big pot for coffee. So I think I just ended up with the wrong ratio of beans to water. At least that's what I'm going to assume it was. We'll see. All right. We're almost done basting. We're almost done basting. Basting, 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 basting's almost done. Basting, 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 basting's almost done. I guess what I do have to do is I need to trim or cut more webbing if we're going to do the upper key holder / bag holder D-ring. God, these ones are not happy. They're all like, nah, no, don't do the thing. You're not the boss of me. I am totally the boss of you, denim. Get thee under there. If you're like just joining and you're like, who is this crazy lady? Yes, I'm Katie. Hi. My cat is currently snoring behind me. Okay, I'm like, we better not be out of thread already. We are not. It just looked like we were because of the how it was hitting everything. Okay, let's go. Oh, right. I'm like, why am I itchy? But I took my Ozempic this morning, so it's probably like the injection site area being like, meh. Sometimes it's meh. Sometimes it is not. It just depends on where you hit, like on the skin sort of thing. And that like superficial layers underneath. It's not like the pen needle's very long. I think it's like 4 millimeters. It's ridiculous. All right, there we go. I'm gonna go get lunch and coffee, and then we're gonna come back down and we're gonna do the smash together. Smash them together. Smash them. Actually, let's trim these down. May as well do them right here. Now, actually, the big problem is now we gotta figure out which ones get the light. The light like cotton webbing, and which ones get the black cotton webbing, and then we need the zipper tabs, or no, not the extra D-ring tabs. I have enough D-rings here for everything. I'm going to actually need to just snag a couple. Actually, what we'll do is we'll sit down here and we'll clip everything in place. That's what we'll do, because then I don't have to move D-rings back and forth or anything like that. And then, yeah. Actually, I wonder if it's going to be easier to sew straps on the new machine with the cotton webbing too. Probably, to be honest, with the walking foot. Oh, Flynn's all like passed out on his chair, all like snore, snore, snore. All right, I am super curious how many actually ended up making it through, because I'm like, this is taking so long, and then I remember that like there's 40 or something like that. So of course they're going to take a long time. There's a lot of moving parts. That is, however, also why I'm going to put the price up on these a little bit, because there's a lot of moving parts on them, and I do think I've been not insanely undercharging, but slightly undercharging on them. So this new batch will have a higher price. Just because they need to. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 37. All right, so not as many as I thought, and more than like just sitting down to casually sew was going to predict. So that's good. Just realized I am missing a corner. We missed a corner on the polar bear bag here. So if I fix that, then it's ready to be finished. There we go. Okay, so that whole bin there is all stuff to have their finishing seams done on. This is the bin for the minis. So when I come back downstairs, we're going to match up D-rings and cotton webbing colors. There's little Flynn. Yes. Oh, he's all like, hi. I love you too. Yeah, we'll do D-rings and we'll match up the cotton webbing colors. And then we'll go in and get it all sewn up, which means that they'll be ready to turn by this afternoon. And then we're going to go in and we're going to select a bunch of Kato bags to finish for this weekend, hopefully. I think we're going to aim for 10 because we do have some at least from this last update. I think we have about 10 as well. So I'll give us 20. Amazing? No. Better than nothing? Yes. And then I think we're going to do a crazy cut. I think we are going to go in and we're just going to cut everything. And then hope for the best. Anyway, I'll be back in a few minutes after lunch and with coffee in hand. All right, we are back. I have consumed the lunch and we have the coffee, which means it's time to do D-rings and straps. Now, the better question starts to become, where are the straps? Oh, shit. I see 2 white ones, but we need like 35 more. Because we did a count. There is 37 mini traveler slings to finish today. Woo! Yay us. We've gotten a lot more work done in the last few days than I expected. As much as I'm like complaining that it's taking forever, which is, to be fair. Oh, fuck me. Still 2 more here. God damn it. Okay, well, they'll go over there and that'll be the seeds for the next round. Fuck. Anyway, we're going to ignore the fact that I missed those. Flynn. Yeah, did you eat the, you totally ate all the webbing straps, didn't you? 100%. No wonder you're like all like content, hey? No, but seriously, where did they go? Fuck. They're there. I found them. They're underneath the paper. Why is there another one here? Oh, because that one's broken. No. The fuck? No. Wow. God damn. Okay, well. Here's the seed for the next one. God damn annoying. Okay, actually, where are these at? This one could get finished. Pretty easy, actually. Okay, okay. Or do we just... No, we're going to ignore it. No, no, no. We got enough. Yes, I should actually finish it, but no. There. Super annoying. Alright, let's lift this pile over to here. I don't... Wait, what the fuck am I doing? I don't need those. You don't need them. You need this bowl. Fuck. My brain's like, you need the straps. No, I don't actually need the straps. The straps go in later. It is good to have uncovered the straps, but I don't need them now. I need them, like, in a few minutes when we actually are sewing them. We're not sewing them yet. Harumpa-grump. Okay, so one thing we are doing is we are going to be adding back in, we have never done it before. We're going to be adding on the D-ring at the top of the bag. Because that's what we do. Now that we have a walking foot machine. No. Tiny disasters. It's all tiny disasters all day. All right, so this one is gonna, even though it's a dark fabric, I'm gonna put a lighter strap with it. If that is the case, what I need, oh, it's right here. I'm like, then I need webbing because we won't have cut these yet. And lo and behold, my webbing is right here. Yay! And then we'll fray check it once it's sewn in. Yay! All right, good enough. And then this is gonna get black for the D-rings. Which side does the D-ring go on? I don't remember. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. I need my pattern. I need my pattern. You'd think that I have sewn enough of these that I remember, but no, just not even in the brain can. I think it's on the left. Yeah, it's on the left, and then it gets, and then this, yeah. Okay, so for now, because we're not, never mind. Yeah, it doesn't matter right now. We're not doing that. We're doing this first. Because we're still going to only do the smash together. And then we'll go in and we'll do the, we'll add the strap in. I'm not going to sew it with the strap in still. Okay. Cool. And then I need to track down. Okay. Dark blue plaid. Actually, does that matter? No, because we're not really clipping anything. I'm going to throw a clip in up here on these ones because we didn't do the tack down stitches. But that's all that we're going to do extra. Okay. And honestly, we can get everything else afterwards. black with the black D-ring tab. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. Boom. I don't know why I didn't write these down. I like the contrast of the lighter one. And then a black D-ring. Actually, no, this is probably black because of the black cats. So let's just go with that. Okay, so we need 2 more black. I think it's something like 25 black. And we are going to have a few spares because a few of them got like, just got like shuffled off a little bit. Like, nope, not happening now. I'm going to go with a light one for this one. Gold D-ring. Do we have, okay, yeah, gold D-rings are unpackaged here. That's good. So we're on like third last step. I don't know what to count this as. It's like we're almost to the end of this portion. Next step is sewing it together, and then we will be doing, yeah, sew it together and then turning. Then we have to finish straps and snaps. Straps and snaps, straps and snaps, straps and straps and straps and snaps. This is obviously a black with a gold D-ring. I was going to do this over on the cylinder arm area, but a more logical voice persevered of like, don't move your D-rings. Because I have misplaced the zipper pulls. I don't know where they are. I'm like, they've just fluttered away. Now they're somewhere in the studio. I just don't know where right now. They're in like a beige bin, but I don't know where that beige bin is. So, yay, it happens. I'll find it. Hopefully before I freak out about it. Flynn is behind me enjoying his little blanket on his chair. He's all like, yay, I have a spot to sleep. So just so you know, everything that is heading out today is quality control inspected by him. So if there's any defects, it's his fault. Obviously, not my fault at all. Actually, we could even hold off on these until tomorrow for turning because I have a massage in the morning and not much else to do in the morning. Drop the kids off, gym, and then I have to wait a little bit until I can go for that. So maybe I'll bring turning work with me, and then that means that if I work a little bit tonight, I can work on something else. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I think this was probably supposed to be light. Yeah, that still looks the best. Even with the darker denim. I know I already paired all of these up and like cut very specific amounts for everything, but sometimes it changes right in the middle. Sometimes I make very detailed notes, and then sometimes it's just like, what do we feel like today? Yay. Oh no. We missed one. Shit. Whose is that? That's going to be one of the... Okay. I guess maybe we will be going in and doing a few. Because, like, I just pulled a couple that just... That's all they need as well, so... Basically welt pocket sewing. What one did I pull that just needed welt? The like cat's whiskers one. So Anyway, we're doing this here, and then we're actually going to go over to the cylinder arm machine, because the cylinder arm machine has a walking foot, which in theory should be easier to sew through the cotton webbing. This machine does do the 2 layers of cotton webbing with the denim, but the walking foot's just like, it'll cause less strain even on the industrial machine, so it should be better in theory. We'll find out, I guess, in a few minutes here. It could actually be worse. I don't know. It shouldn't be, but Murphy's Law after I talk it up, of course. All right, so the hubris. Machine hearing my hubris. Mushrooms, and as a heads up, the mushrooms are black light reactive, so all the neon portions of these mushrooms glow when you put a black light on them, which is super fun. And then the Marshmallow Friends ones, it's the neon caps that do these guys, these 3. Should that have, I think that should have another one of these iridescents, or should have black. Black feels too stark against, yeah. Iridescent's fun. It's not really even iridescent, it's like just, it's rainbow colored, I guess might be the better description. I don't know. Feels iridescent a little bit. Doesn't have like the color shift of iridescence, but whatever. Black with the off-white, for sure. I can't believe I found a whole pile that we hadn't, like, touched in this session yet. God damn it. Okay, white with black. Just working on some of the boring prep work between sewing stages. Yay! Always fun. What is it? It's like any craft really is 85% prep work and like 5% doing. At least that's what it feels like sometimes. I think knitting might be one of the exceptions, unless you're like consistently gauge swatching, which I rarely gauge swatch anymore. I don't have enough time. And I usually am not knitting much that needs to fit either. Although there's a couple things I want to make for the kiddos that I should probably hustle my butt on here, or else they're going to outgrow the patterns. So, which, fuck. Sad. Sad days. Gold doing black with gold. Clipping time. Another black with gold for the other. These two are family crest. Common prints. I really like them both. Again, I was trying to go for, obviously we're mostly like cute cat fabrics, but I was trying to go for a few more like more traditionally masculine coated fabrics as well. Because obviously we've got folks of all walks of life. So yeah, that was like definitely one of the ones where it was like very clearly like, okay, this is very masculine in tone. Not that women can't enjoy it too. Nor the they thems. Non-binary. There we go. Jesus. All right, we're almost done this portion, which granted it shouldn't take very long, all things considered. And then I'll have to move the camera and the laptop over for the cylinder arm machine. And then we will go forth and sew the front and back together. And all will be well, hopefully. Hopefully everything just like comes together well. Actually, I think we will go in and just do these last couple that only need their well pocket work done, because this one isn't done and it's probably important. And I also want to get it. There's one that I just found that probably should be done as well. So there's another that's like, you could, but you're like 2 steps behind where we are right now. So more coffee. Ha 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 ha. like, it's actually like looking hot out there today. What is this? Oh, yeah, okay, it is hot out there today. 23. And actually, it's supposed to be good. Oh, it's supposed to be cooking on Saturday. Okay. That's really tempting to... okay, it's going to be... Well, okay, but honestly, Caroline is like wrapping up the pancake breakfast an hour earlier, so at 3, which is going to be really nice, to be honest. Because we'll be out of there just that little bit earlier than we have in the last few years. So yeah, that'll be good. Kiddos will be with me. They'll be booth bratting with me because they're I'm gonna leave them with their grandma the next day, all day, while I go down and cavort about the Stampede grounds. A couple of my friends, well, my sister-in-law and a friend. Which will be fun, and it'll just be far easier without the kids, because it's like going with Dallas is one thing, because we're both parents of the children, but yeah, they need all hands on deck for Stampede, which makes sense. It's a long day, it's a lot of overstimulation, and like, I don't fault them, but my god, they were both like just utter crispy burnt toast the next day. So the nice thing is that the next day we don't have any summer camps or really anything to do. We're gonna come home and I'll kick them outside to play for a little bit and just have a chill day. I'll probably do some work. They can do some crafting, something like that. Something like that. We'll figure it out. Coffee this round is much better. So yeah, it was just, I ground the wrong amount of beans this morning. And stay cool. Get your mind out of the gutter. Coffee beans. Coffee beans. We're all about the smut, but this was coffee related, not other bean related. And if you're like, I am lost, well, yeah, that's okay. Maybe you don't need to know. I need to get my, actually, maybe I can get Dallas to fix my button maker tonight. That would be good. It'd be nice to cut a few things that, like, would, like maybe some grime guards, because we're getting lower on grime guards right now, too. And now I have a way to display them. It's good. Dallas is on his way home already. So we'll figure out what that means for today. All right, there is all of the D-rings clipped in, and then what we're going to do is when we get to sewing in the straps, we'll go in and we'll cut more webbing to hold the second D-ring. That's going to go over there. I am going to finish a couple of the welt pockets, like the bags that are like this close to being at this stage, and then we'll go from there. 1 second. Okay, sorry, just making sure that, like, things are set with Dallas. And my other friend who's like, she just finished Lights Out, and she's like, I did not enjoy that. And I'm like, why? And then she gave some very valid reasons. I'm like, that makes sense. But everyone's like trying to convince her that she'll like it if she listens to the audio. And I'm like, but you don't like audiobooks. So you probably would have double DNF'd it if that was like what you actually ended up doing instead of eyeball reading it. Anyway. I tried to listen to Lights Out, and I like audiobooks, and I was just like, no, can't do it. Maybe an eyeball read, but I'm like, there's so much other stuff to read that, whatever. Just because a bunch of people like it doesn't mean I gotta like it. Fling's like, what are you doing? Mr. Cat. Mr. Cat. Mr. Cat. Actually, did I also top stitch the next round of, because the ones that I turned the other day found a bookstore, that's our local bookstore. Oh no, these still need top stitch. Okay, I'm gonna pull them to the top too, because while we're at the cylinder arm, I can top stitch them. Yeah, the tote bags that have top stitch yet. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more to top stitch, so we'll end up with like 10 of the new tote bags. Wouldn't be bad to get like a couple more of those done as well. What am I doing? I'm doing welt pockets. That'd be too bad. How are you? Yeah. Oh, there's the zipper pulls. I see them. There. Free the tail. Alrighty, so we do have like a whole stack here of stuff we missed. What the fuck? Why? Okay, now legitimately this one we have to figure out what we're doing because I ended up sewing through the label. And you can't take the labels off without leaving a bunch of adhesive. And the problem is it looks like it actually needs a bigger... Probably what I should do is I should just sew a wider strip on that one and then just suck it up. We'll charge a little bit less for it, but we'll figure it out. Anyway, that one is toast for now. And then a couple other things in this pile are just ones that are like... I hadn't... Okay, there's a bunch of interior exteriors that Didn't end up going with the bags. These two are actually packages to be sewn. That didn't get done. Oh. It's annoying but true. Let's see, where is my... Okay, the flat that collects all the pieces, or the, like, yeah. Just flip, because we're done with it for now, because they're almost all done. Yay, we did it. Except for that one. That one is not matched. Oh, is it? Oh, fuck me. Really? Hey. Okay, but the top of it isn't done. Okay, so that's going to go back in there too then. That's what we're going to do. And these are all packages that are like, got to get quite a bit of work done. So anything that's past, that needs quite a bit of work done, we're not doing right now. Alright, how are you doing? You actually have your welt pockets sewn, and you are just waiting for your upper to be done. Okay, I feel up for that, because it's a white stitch, so we don't have to change the thread. This one's a pain in the ass, and it does have two different colored zippers, but we're going to ignore that. No one heard that. I didn't say anything about it. It's all good, right? Yes. Just nod your head, yes. Anyway, okay, so, and then that got sewed to that, which looks like it is actually matched up with this guy. Okay, so we're going to go with that for this one. And then, okay, and then this is the package for that. Okay. Is it? Except for the upper, oh no, wait. Except they don't match, because that is a totally different denim from this. Is it? Yes. Okay. God damn. Okay, and then, so this is the one that I was actually looking at that we should finish, is the cat's whiskers, because it's got everything like all to the point except for the front. And then this is the one that should honestly be much like is missing its tablecloth interior. Ugh. Okay. But this is the one that's got that. It's two different denims, but it does look very similar, I guess. And then there's like, and there's the package that's put together with the, oh, there we go. Okay. So that's a light denim. This is the one that's supposed to be matched up with the one that's there. I see what happened. Okay. Okay. So this matches up with this one because of the, yeah, the denim is different. But this one matches now. Yes, that is the same denim there. And then this is the denim here. That is at least a closer match to this one. The top is definitely a match. Okay. And then that will be something that we sew next time. I'm not going to do it right now. Okay, and then for some reason, the macaron critters is still left in the lurch. Excellent, fantastic. Yay. Okay, whatever those will be. Like I said, that's the start of the next round. Because it never seems to end. Could I finish those up? Yes. Am I going to? No. Let's just, we gotta keep moving. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Moving. Okay, so the only reason that these are getting done is because it's like, look at this. I have to sew, oh no. We have to sew the welt pocket together. This one already has its welt pocket sewn. We need to put the, we need a piece of leather, and then that'll be the top. And then this needs a welt pocket. Okay. Leather. This needs black leather. Black. We need black leather. Just need some black leather. Cut. Okay, and then we need to do this down here. Dahlia, what are you scratching? Hey. Psst, psst, psst. Ma'am. Why? She's like, what? Why are you talking to me? I did nothing. Nothing, mother. That looks too skinny, but it's right. It's like, okay, sure. Sure. Okay, I'm gonna finish these. Actually, these need to be... Oh, that might be... No, never mind. That's part of why it's in timeout. It's because we actually got to redo the pocket. Okay, never mind. But now we do have leather cut for it, at least. Okay, and I am actually going to head out because I'm like, I am running out of stories. And I'll probably actually get my work done faster if I stop distracting myself. So, I hope you all have a fantastic day. And I will chat with y'all really soon. I will be back on... I'll be back on tomorrow because we will still be cranking along on other stuff. So, chat with y'all soon. Bye.